Show starts in 5 minutes.
Good evening, folks, and a hearty welcome to our drive-in theater. We have a wonderful evening's entertainment lined up for you, one that will provide several hours of pleasurable relaxation and diversion for you and your family. Did you fail to dress up for tonight's show? No tie, an old shirt and slacks, a house dress? Well, don't give it a thought. We're glad you came as you are. We just want you to enjoy yourselves.
Here's a new taste treat. The corn dog. Plump, juicy wieners are dipped in a thick, golden Southern-style corn batter that seals in all their freshness and flavor. If you like hot dogs, you'll love corn dogs. Everybody does. Try a corn dog with your favorite beverage. At the refreshment corner now. Corn dogs.
It's 4 minutes till showtime.
Yum, yum. It's time for a tasty and refreshing snack. We promise to satisfy your hunger, your thirst, your sweet tooth. So visit our refreshment center now. Let's go!
It's 3 minutes till showtime.
Men, there's a drive-in movie full of juicy people. Wow! It's a trap! Help! It's Pick! We've had it, men.
A pleasant aroma for you, but not for mosquitoes. Pick is easy to use. Light it and forget it. Pick's aroma keeps mosquitoes, gnats, and sandflies away. Pick is the best protection for barbecues, fishing and camping trips, or just relaxing in the yard.
So if you don't want our company ever anywhere, just light Pick and see what I mean? Bye!
Pick is on sale at the refreshment stand now. Show starts in 2 minutes.
Today, we're interviewing a stomach.
Hello there.
What is life like as a stomach?
Oh, boy, it was humdrum. I mean, until what's-his-name discovered Tony's Pizza.
Tony's Pizza?
Yeah, I was suffering from the pizza cravings until Tony's came along. Crispy crust and zesty sauces. Wow.
And so now... What's that?
Another pizza craving. Just thinking about Tony sets it off.
Oh, where are you going?
He's going to get a Tony's Pizza, and I follow him anywhere.
Does your stomach send you pizza craving signals? Oh, wow. Tony's, the Pizza Cravers Pizza.
There are words men live by, words of strength, of wisdom, and of peace. We urge you to find the spiritual comfort and guidance we all so greatly need by attending your place of worship regularly.
Show starts in 1 minute.
Yum, yum. It's a meal in itself. Our all-meat super dog. Enjoy one now.
And now, on with the show.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the movie quiz. I'm your host, Chris Mann Nelson. Thank you for stopping by and hanging out for some movie trivia tonight. We are about to embark together on a 50-point movie trivia odyssey through trivia, questions, puzzles, all kinds of stuff. Tonight is the last regular season game. It's episode 9, game 9 of season 11. So next week is the championship. Tonight's game will determine our top 3. Right now we've got Marley's Chains, Oslo Condition, and a few good answers sitting in those top spots. And things are working a little differently this season. Those top teams are not going to be the only ones vying for the championship. They are going to get bonus points. So they'll start with a leg up as a reward for finishing in the top 3. But anybody, it will be tough to beat them. It's already tough to beat them, but even tougher with those bonus points. But anybody, as long as you played 7 games this season, you are eligible. All right, so this is the last of our Ghost Twin games. These are our games inspired by the Ghost Twins from The Matrix, and so let's do it. Let's jump into tonight's game, our final regular season game. In-game mode. The in-game mode portal has been opened. One more time. There it is. I'll peer over the top and let it close, and goodbye. All right, everybody. So there are no more choices to be made because we've already made the choices in Deja Vu. So we got actor by repeated word. Actor by repeated word is going to be our first category tonight. So the way this is going to work is I'm going to give you an actor and 4 movies that all have the same word in the title. That actor has been in 3 of those movies that share the same word. You got to pick the odd one out. So pick the one that is not in the given actor's filmography. Wow, Test is here tonight. That is major. Test is showing up here at the end of season 11. Amazing. All right, so here we go. Pick the odd one out in each actor's filmography. Question number 1: Harrison Ford is a force to be reckoned with, but not in which movie? Air Force One, Star Wars: The Force Awakens, Magnum Force, or Force 10 from Navarone? I just knocked something off my desk like a little kitten. Except I didn't do it on purpose. Test is the team to beat. Test is my former nemesis. Mysterious nemesis. Not much is known about Test. We don't know who Test is. Oh, also, I meant to say in the up top, thank you to everybody who came out for Thanksgiving last Wednesday night. No hard feelings if you didn't. I know it was a busy night. Did a pre-tape show, and it was a lot of fun. It was small. It was an intimate affair, a handful of teams, but we all had fun together, thinking about Hanks, talking about Hanks. Yep, giving Hanks to each other. Exactly. All right, so which one of these Force movies does not feature Harrison Ford? It is Magnum Force. Magnum Force is not in. Yeah, he's in. So that was tough. That was a tough one. Force 10 from Navarone. It's an early one in his filmography. All right, question number 2. 7 is a lucky number for Brad Pitt, but he's not in this movie. 7 Psychopaths, 7 Years in Tibet, Sinbad, Legend of the Seven Seas. Dude also has 3 12s. He's got Ocean's 12, 12 Monkeys, and 12 Years a Slave. That's 36 of movie. That's 36 movie units. I hope you had a good real Thanksgiving too, but Thanksgiving is more important. All right, so I think this one maybe is a little easier because I'm not digging so deep into his filmography like I was with Harrison Ford there, but it's Seven Psychopaths. He's not in Seven Psychopaths. He's in all the Sinbad tripped people up. Sinbad tripped some people up. He is the voice of Sinbad in an early DreamWorks animated film. All right, question number 3. Bradley Cooper is all American except for which one of these movies? American Hustle, American Sniper, American Psycho, Wet Hot American Summer. Which of these American movies does not feature Mr. Bradley Cooper? The Maestro. The Maestro Man. Remember a few weeks back when the trailer for Maestro dropped and everyone was mad at Bradley Cooper for wearing a big fake nose, and then Leonard Bernstein's family was just like, no, that's what he looked like. So it's fine. All right. So which one of these movies does not feature Bradley Cooper? It's American Psycho. You could kind of, he kind of could have. Oh, baby, 100%. Everybody got this one right. Nicely done. Nobody fell for this. This is a full-on social, 100% amazing. All right, let's move on to question number 4. You gotta love Julia Roberts, and you gotta pick the movie that's not in her filmography. I Love Trouble, Everyone Says I Love You, Crazy Stupid Love, or Eat, Pray, Love. Which is the love movie? Yes, Brad Pitt was the voice of Sinbad the comedian in the life story of Sinbad, mostly chronicling the making of Jingle All the Way. All right, so which one of these is not a Julia Roberts movie? Excuse me, which one of these movies that says love? It's Crazy Stupid Love. She is not in Crazy Stupid Love. She is in all those other love movies. All right, question number 5. Man, Emma Stone is in a lot of movies, but not this one. Birdman, Amazing Spider-Man, Irrational Man, First Man. Which is the Man movie with no Emma Stone? All right, so she was very obviously she was in Birdman and Spider-Man, but even though she's worked with Damien Chazelle on La La Land, she was not in First Man. She is not in First Man, and I have some bad news, and I'm very sorry. I have to point this out. In the last question, I mentioned Everyone Says I Love You, and in this one, I mentioned Irrational Man, and they're both directed by a man whose name starts with a W and ends with Woody Allen. So sorry for that. I'm canceled twice over. I think that's the last that man will show up in this quiz. But I'm not sure. I don't remember. All right, question number 6. Viola Davis has been back in black 3 times. Pick the movie she does not appear in. Black Panther, Black Adam, Black Hat, Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. Do you like this? I like this category. I like being able to say the same word over and over. Yes, I am taking accountability. I'm taking some time to listen and work on myself and reflect. All right, so which of these movies with black in the title does not feature Viola Davis? It is Black Panther. She is not in Black Panther. She makes like a little appearance in Black Adam because she's part of that now defunct or almost defunct. Once Aquaman finally limps its way into the theaters, then it will finally die, the DCEU. All right, question number 7. Which story? We got 5. There's 5 options here because Jimmy Stewart was in so many movies called The Blank Story. Which story was told without the help of a performance by Jimmy Stewart? The Philadelphia story, the Stratton story, the Straight story, the Glenn Miller story, the FBI story. Dude loved that title structure. The Blank Story. Which of these was not a movie that had Jimmy Stewart? My mouse died. Computer mouse, not a pet mouse. Now I gotta do it on this trackpad. No thanks. But I still, well, I mean, I have to do it because otherwise the game ends. Also, did anybody notice that I moved the timer over here? It's like one of those things where like it's like one of those tests where there's like they keep you focused on one thing and you don't notice that a gorilla ran through the background. Does anyone know what I'm talking about? But yeah, the timer's over here now, so it doesn't block your reading of the question, hopefully. All right, so which one of these? He was in all these movies except The Straight Story. That movie is the David Lynch movie from like 1999. Not Jimmy Stewart was still alive, but I don't think he was making movies at that point. All right, and here comes your last question of this round. For Jeff Bridges, it's good to be the king, but he's not in which film? The Fisher King, King Kong, Godzilla, King of Monsters, or Kingsman: The Golden Circle? And I'm not talking about King Kong 1933. So that's not, it's not like an obvious, like I'm talking about the black and white. What is it? Meriwether Cooper. Who directed that movie? I want to say like Fenimore, but that's James Fenimore Cooper that I'm thinking of. That's an author. Something Cooper. And it's a weird, like, old-timey name. Who directed the original King Kong? No, nobody noticed. Nobody noticed that it happened. See, these are the things that I think are a big deal, but nobody cares. All right, so which one of these movies does not feature Jeff Bridges? He was in the 1976 or so King Kong remake, but he is not in the new monster universe, Godzilla. He is in the Fisher King, King Kong 76, and Kingsman, but not in Godzilla, King of the Monsters. All right, so let's take a look at your scores and standings. Here at the end of round number 1, we've got All Practical Effects, Sly Stallone's remake of the... Oh my God, Alex, why? Why'd you do this? Stallone with 2, Chris the Curator with 2, Green Woods with 3. Hang on, let me expand this here. We got Green Woods also with 3, Simon Oza's 255 Drinks, Hot Dog Hideout also with 3, How Am I Gonna Be an Optimist, and The Producers with 4, Avis and Bobo with 5, Test, I'm not reading that whole thing. I'll read it at the end of the night. How's that? Test, kicking ass with 6, Sterling Cooper with 6, also A Few Good Answers with 6, Oslo in really second place with 7, and We Own the City and Marley's kicking off the game with perfect 8s. All right, so that takes us to our picture round. In the theme of technology, we've already done memes and killer apps, which means we've got robots in space. Robots in space is your... It's robots in space and robots from space, because one of these movies is on Earth. To nitpick, it even has Earth in the title. All right, so pretty straightforward. Just name the robot. Don't give me the movie. You got to give me the name of the robot. And for number 4, you can name either one of them, or you can name both. Okay, so I'm going to give you 4 minutes to get this done. 4 minutes on the clock starts now. All right, 4 minutes ticking down. Let's find the music. Alrighty. I'm going to get out of here. Let you look at this. Let me know if you have any questions. All right, you're halfway through your time here. You got 4 minutes down, 4 minutes to go. I'm sorry, my God. Sorry. 2 minutes down, 2 minutes ago of 4 minutes. I'm not sure what's going on. I'm gonna go get myself checked out real quick, and then I'll be back. Hope. You got 30 seconds. 30 seconds on the clock. And I'm starting the timer now. 15 seconds. The timer that's here now, as you all noticed. Oh, that's the timer going off. Sorry. All right, that is time. Let me, I think I've got everybody's answers in. All right, I'm going to go over, I'm going to grade them as I go through them. And, all right, great. Let's go through them. Number 1, from Forbidden Planet, that's Robbie the Robot. Number 2, from WALL-E, that's not WALL-E himself, but that is Eve. That's Eve. Number 3, from 2001 and 2010, that's HAL 9000. Number 4, from MST3K, the movie, that's Tom Servo and Crow. We got number 5 from Spaceballs, that's Dot Matrix. Number 6, from Star Trek First Contact, that is the Borg Queen. Number 7, this is the one that kind of makes this not robots in space, because it's the day the Earth stood still. He's from space. It's Gort Gort, not Klaatu. Klaatu is the other one. He's the alien, but he's not a robot, and he's behind him. Klaatu Barada Nikto. And number 8 is from Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. That is Marvin. Marvin, the paranoid android. All right, so let's take a look at your scores and standings here after oh wait, let me actually open this up so you get your points. Pardon me, I'm stuffy. All right, we got Robbie. Everybody got Hal. Crow and Servo proved to be tough. Dot Matrix was sort of in the middle, and Marvin and Gort were sort of in the middle too. All right, so now let's take a look at your scores now that I've actually applied your points. All right, you got Greenwoods and Simon Oza, 255 drinks with 5. Chris with the curator also with 5. How am I going to be an optimist? And All Practical Effects, Sly Stallone's remake of The Abyss starring Billy Johnson, the documentary. You have 7 points. Now I'm uncanceled. Hot Dog Hideout with 9. Test, Sterling Cooper, and the producers all tied with 10. Avis and Bobo with 11. We Own the City with 12. A Few Good Answers with 14. Oslo Condition with 15. Also, Marley's Chains tied for first place with 15. Our top 3 for the season are our top 3 so far. All right, so let's do our short round. It's the short round, and it's all in the theme is martial arts, and we have one left, as we do with all the other categories, and it's Masters and Sensei. Masters and Sensei. I think we've saved the easiest one for last. So let's do it. It's a way to just kick back and relax. Think of it that way. Name the characters who study martial arts under the following masters: Morpheus, Mr. Miyagi, Pai Mei and Bill, and Henry Ducard, which is an alias that this master used while training the character. So you need to name the students. Name the students of these masters. All right. So let's say 90 seconds. 90 seconds to do this. Which I'm just going to kind of, I'm going to look at the chat while I give you time. Okay, thank you. I'm uncanceled because okay, question for the chat. Do I get canceled again if I don't read it every time? Or have I fulfilled my obligation? First of all, yes, I do. Every time. Oh my God. 2, you both say yes. All right. Let's do this. Let's, I'll give you like 10 seconds before I hit that timer. The timer is here, guys. The timer is on this side now. Really exciting stuff. All right, let me regrade some of these. All right. One of the answers that someone put was Dracula. I don't think Dracula. Oh, can you imagine if Dracula knew? I don't think he knows martial arts. That would be fucking terrifying. If Dracula, can you imagine? He'd be unstoppable. Who could stop a karate Dracula? Karate Blackula could stop him. Hang on. I'm regrading some of these because they are correct. I think everybody's got... I'm just still haunted by this notion of like Dracula. This would be like a young, sexy Dracula, right? Doing flips and stuff, biting people, turn into a bat. All right, so let's open it up. Let's see. All right, Morpheus, of course, trains Neo. Mr. Miyagi trains Daniel Russo. I couldn't take just the Karate Kid. I needed a character name. 3, Beatrix Kiddo or the Bride. And 4, let's see. That was a trick. That was a tough one. Henry Ducard is the name that Liam Neeson's used while he was really Ra's al Ghul, but it was tricking Bruce Wayne, tricking him into thinking he wasn't Ra's al Ghul. I don't know why he did that. All right. Anyway, let's move on to our... Oh, no. Wait. Yeah. This is exciting. I'm excited. So I said we had no choices to make tonight, but I was keeping a surprise choice in my pocket here. So what's going to happen here? I'm just checking on the chat, making sure that oh wait, is Castlevania, does Dracula know karate in Castlevania? Yeah, he did have to learn martial arts to fight off Abraham Lincoln. Yes. All right. So for this one, what I always do for the finale of the season is I take the themes and I mash them up in some way. So what I've done here is I've made, I think, 12 mashups, and you're going to choose them. You are going to make the choices of what categories make it into next week's game. All right. So you choose. We're going to do this. We're going to take the poll 5 times. If there's a tie, both of them will win and we'll skip one of the questions. So our mashups here are Monsters Take Manhattan, This Place Sucks Because of a Wizard, Animal Martial Artists and Crime Fighters, Marvel Deja Vu, Fairy Tale Siblings, SNL alums as doctors, Doctors versus Monsters, Time Machines and Other Movie Technology, Magicians by Hair, Marvel Siblings, New York Through Time, and Techno Fairy Tales. All right, so choose which one of these sounds appealing to you, which sounds funny, which you would you think would torture me the most to have to write, hoist me upon my own petard. So we'll do this 5 times and decide. Magicians by Hair. I mean, that one's got to be... Most of these could be like, they could be a puzzle. They could be, I think, like Magicians by Hair kind of has to be. All right. So let's see. I've got 10 votes in. Let's see what's going to be our first. What's our winner here? What's the most percentage? Okay. With 21% of the votes, Marvel Siblings. Marvel Siblings is in. All right. So I should probably write this down. I guess I should. Let me send an email to myself in a different window. It's loading too slow. So just put it, you know what? Somebody throw it in the chat for me. Marvel Siblings is the first category. It won't necessarily be in this order in the game. But all right, choose our second category for the finale. Ignore Marvel Siblings. Don't choose Marvel Siblings, please. Don't do that, because otherwise it's just going to you're wasting your vote. You're throwing away your vote, pulling for Magicians by Hair as well. All right. Let's see. I'm not looking at these results as they roll in. I love being surprised by Multiplex of Madness choices. All right, we got 10 votes in. Again, let's see what the top vote getter is. With 29% of the vote, Magicians by Hair. Ladies and gentlemen, we did it, Joe. Magicians by Hair is in the finale. Fuck me, I gotta write a Magicians by Hair round now. All right, great. Marvel Siblings and Magicians by Hair so far. All right, your third category. Let's do it. You know the drill by now. Don't choose Marvel Siblings or Magicians by Hair, because they're already in there. They're gonna happen. All right, starting that timer now. Make your choice. You've read all these now thrice. Oh my God, Magicians by Hair, unreal. That's exciting. It is exciting though. My Adonis Bonsai is going for Doctors versus Monsters. I hope you. No, I shouldn't say. I shouldn't affect the sully the waters here. Sully, starring Tom Hanks. Your third category. Oh, wait. We might be done actually, because we've got a 3-way. We got 3 categories here that all got 21% of the vote. This Place Sucks Because of a Wizard, Animal Martial Artists and Crime Fighters, and Doctors versus Monsters. So that's a 3-way tie. We don't have to do shut it down, shut down the polls, stop the count. So we've got our 5. We've got Marvel Siblings, Magicians by Hair, Doctors versus Monsters, Animal Martial Artists and Crime Fighters, and This Place Sucks Because of a Wizard. Awesome. All right, that's a lot of magic. It's a lot of magic in that in that round. All right, so that is that. Those are the 5 rounds that I will be getting to work on as soon as tomorrow. I'll start putting it together. And Screencat, that's last bit for me. Thank you. Nobody voted for Techno Fairy Tales. Nobody voted for time, and we kind of already did a time machine round this season, so that was kind of redundant. All right, so now is your puzzle round. Here is your actual puzzle round. We're going to skip the rest of the polling because we already did it. So we've got hair stylish characters. That's what we've got left here. Hair stylish characters. All right, so this is going to be a matching puzzle. This is going to be a matching round like we did. What was the matching round we did before? It was, oh yeah, we matched the killer AI to their victim. So for this one's a puzzle. It's a little sillier. It's a little goofier. So you're gonna have a bank of characters. Let's just open it up and you can look at it. All right, let's take a look at it. So up top, you've got a bank of characters, and those characters have a name that sounds like, sometimes it'll match exactly, sometimes it'll just be a phonetic match for a hairstyle down below. So you've got 8 characters and 8 hairstyles. Match them to each other. So you can just do like 1A, or you could put A in the first spot. Okay, like we did in the other matching one. You could put 1A, A1, or A in the first spot if that's, if that is your answer. All right, so let's do let's put 5 minutes on the clock for this one. And 5-minute timer. No, come on. We'll put 5 minutes on the clock. I think this one's just supposed to be, it's a goof. It's a little goof. We're starting the timer now. 5 minutes on the clock. I saw an oh boy in the chat, but I think you'll do fine. All right. 5 minutes is ticking down. Let me know if you have any questions about how this works. I think it's pretty straightforward, but let me know. I'll be hanging out in the chat behind the scenes. You got about 90 seconds, about a minute and a half. So some positive comments in chat. Maybe this was a silly one. You guys like goofing? Magicians by Air. Unreal. I'll get it. Let me work on this. Got about a minute. All right, everybody. I'm going to start that 15-second timer now. 15 seconds on the clock. Ticking down. Hit submit. Before that timer runs out. All right, time is up. Oh, that ended very abruptly. I was hoping that wouldn't end so abruptly. I thought it would fade out. Hang on. Stop. Okay, so let's see. Let me Let me go through these, read them off as I grade them up. Oh, that beeping! I keep hitting the timer, and then that's the Google, just the one when you Google timer. All right, so number 1, that is Caesar the Ape, who shows up a lot in this game. Love Caesar, and he matches with G. That's G for George Clooney with the Caesar cut on ER. Number 2. That is Emma Frost from X-Men First Class. And she matches with H, Mark McGrath, with his frosted tips. And that is an image from X-Men First Class, as I said. And there you have it. There you have it. For the last time of the regular season, no holds are barred. How am I? I gotta squeeze him into these Marvel siblings and. Does Beast have maybe Beast has a brother? That's the easiest way in if there's Marvel. All right, so number 3, we've got Jerry Maguire, who matches with Jerry Curl, or letter E. Number 4, you got Shaggy, who ends up with he matches with A, Shag Cut. Shaggy Shag Cut. We've got number 5 is Buzz. Buzz Lightyear matches with Kristen Stewart's Buzz Cut. B. Number 6, we've got Bob Wiley from What About Bob. He matches with the Bob haircut in D. I'm just also looking at your scores, making sure everybody's getting their points. We got 7 from Almost Famous. That is a real person, but played by... excuse me, Philip Seymour Hoffman. It's Lester Bangs. So that matches with F for Bangs, Bangs picture. And then we've got Judge Dredd matching with Bob Marley's dreadlocks. All right, so let's take a look at everybody. Wow, you guys kicked ass. Look at this. We got 71. Our lowest point getter was 64% for Emma Frosted Tips. And Jerry Curl Maguire, which is the sequel that I would love to see. But no, I wouldn't because then that would be a whole thing. All right, so let's take a look at your scores and standings here as we head into the double points round. We got Simon Ozos 255 drinks with 8, Greenwoods with 12, Chris the Curator 15. How am I going to be an optimist? All Practical Effects, Sly Stallone's remake of The Abyss starring Billy Johnson, the documentary, and the producers tied with 17, Test with 18, Hot Dog Hideout 20, Oslo and Sterling Cooper tied with 21. We Own the City and Avis and Bobo tied with 23. Just ahead of them is Marley's Chains with 24. And taking the lead with 26 points is A Few Good Answers. All right, so that brings us to our Two Truths and a Lie round. We've only got this is in siblings. Siblings is the theme. We've done titular brothers and sisters, and I am my own twin. And now it is time for Who Are My Siblings? Pretty straightforward. I'm going to give you a character from a movie. You pick their two siblings and don't pick the fake character who's not their sibling. Okay, here we go. Question number 1. Pretty straightforward. In Thor Ragnarok, you got Loki Hela Heimdall. Loki Hela Heimdall. That's fun to say. Say it at home if you want. Loki Hela Heimdall. Loki Hela Heimdall. Sounds like Mecca like a high, Mecca high ho. Loki Hela Heimdall. All right, time is up. So let's see. I think people should do exceedingly well on this. Obviously, Loki is Thor's brother, and Hela is his sister. Hela is Heimdall is Idris Elba. He's not his brother. There we go. Loki and Hela. All right. Question number 2. Louise Belcher in the Bob's Burgers movie. We got Rudy, Tina, and Jean. Sort of a TV question also, but there is a movie theatrically released. Pretty funny. Question for the chat. A thought experiment question. What do you think? What is your favorite, or what do you think is the best made movie version of a TV show that came out during that TV show's run? There's Simpsons, Bob's Burgers, South Park, X-Files. What else? What else is there? I would probably go with Simpsons or Bob's Burgers. Excuse me. All right, so Louise's siblings are Tina and Jean. Tina and Jean. Rudy is their friend, but Tina and Jean are her brother and sister. All right, question number 3. Margot Tenenbaum in the Royal Tenenbaums. Chaz, Richie, and Eli. Pretty quick with the timer for these 2 truths and a lie. Because it's all multiple choice. All right. Herb, she has 2 brothers, and they are Chaz and Richie Tenenbaum. Chaz and Richie Tenenbaum. Eli is the neighbor across the street. It's Owen Wilson is Eli. Oh, we got some answers. We got some responses to the question I posed. Yu-Gi-Oh movie, definitely South Park. South Park was a very solid, although I haven't revisited it in a long time. I have to go back and see. I'm trying to think of any others. Yeah, there's Pokemon has come up with like a bunch, but like primetime series that have released, like Sex and the City came after. There have been like continuation movies, but movies that are like happening during the run. Let me know if you can think of any more than those 4. All right, we've got Wednesday Addams in the Addams Family Value. In Addams Family Value, she does have 2 siblings in that movie specifically, and your options are Pugsley, Pubert, and Putrecht. And remember, you can pick one and hit submit if you know, because usually the way this works is there's one obvious one, and then, but do you want to risk it and go for the 2 if you're not positive? But if you don't want to risk it, you can just take the layup, call it a day. All right, so I'm curious to see how people do, how people remember this. Maybe you watched it recently for Thanksgiving because it's one of the few Thanksgiving movies. But obviously Pugsley is her brother, and her other baby brother is Pubert. Pubert is the name of the little baby with the mustache in Addams Family Values. 93% got Pugsley. Couple teams picked Putrecht, which I just made up out of thin air. All right, question number 5. We got Elliot in E.T., and his potential siblings here are Gertie, John, and Michael. Gertie, John, and Michael. Don't pick the fake. Again, there's one obvious one, in my opinion. And one not so obvious one, maybe. All right, time is just about up. So obviously, I shouldn't say obviously, that's not right. But Gertie is his little sister, played by Drew Barrymore. But what's his brother's name? Is it John or Michael? It is Michael. Michael is his brother's name. Michael. Oh, most people knew that. Most people got it. That's good. That's good. All right, question number 6. Jack Parr in Jack Parr in The Incredibles. Violet, Skylar, and Dash are your options. Violet, Skylar, and Dash. Oh yeah, there is the Goofy movie, and yes, that We Own the City. Very, very keen observation. I was making the Peter Pan tricky names. It was that was the bassist for the bassist, not the bassist, the basis for the trickery there. All right, so this one I think most people should get. Jack Parr. His 2 siblings are Violet and Dash. Violet and Dash. Skylar is not anyone's name in that movie. All right, 2 more questions in this round. Winifred Sanderson, Hocus Pocus. Mary, Constance, and Sarah. Winifred Sanderson. Who are her 2 sisters? Mary, Constance, and Sarah. Halloween was a month ago. Maybe you watched this one. One of the few Halloween movies that exist. This one I'm curious. I'm curious because I myself, I wrote this obviously, but if I were answering this, I'm not sure I would get it. Like, I'm not even sure I would get 1 point on it. So it's tough. It's tough. It's the end of the game. Got to make it a little tougher. Let's see. So her 2 sisters are Mary and Sarah. Mary and Sarah. Ah, yes. The more people bid for Constance. Constance sounds like an old-timey Salem-y name, right? But it's Mary and Sarah. All right. And your final question, your final set of siblings. We got Marty McFly. What are his 2 siblings' names? Dave, Linda, Dylan. Those are your options. Marty's siblings fucking suck in both timelines. They're both very annoying people. And his brother is Jimmy Olsen from the Christopher Reeve Superman movies. But yeah, his 2 siblings are pretty insufferable in my opinion, whether they're working class or like rich but still live in the same house with a nicer couch. But their names are Dave and Linda. Dave and Linda McFly are Marty's siblings. The They are pretty good. Pretty nice job. Most teams got that correct. All right, let's take a look at our scores as we head into the post credits blitz here. We've got Test with 18, Green Woods with 20, also Simon Ozas 255 drinks with 20, the producers with 26. How am I going to be an optimist? And Hot Dog Hideout and Chris the Curator with 29. We've got All Practical Effects, Sly Stallone's remake of The Abyss starring Billy Johnson, the documentary, with 30. We Own This City with 33. The Oslo Condition, 34. Sterling Cooper, 35. A Few Good Answers in third place with 30. Oh, it's been lots of lead changes tonight. Very exciting game. A Few Good Answers slipped down a couple notches to 30. To third with 36, Marley's Chains in second with 37, and Avis and Bobo jumping into the first place spot with a posting up a 15 out of 16 in that round. All right, but let's see who can take it home with this, our final little bit here. It is the post credits blitz, if it ever shows up. Where is it? What is happening? StreamYard hates me right around the 1 hour mark of the show. Always, without fail. It just gets sleepy, I guess. It's late. I understand. All right. So you know the drill by now. I think it's all regulars here and how we've been doing this season. I'm going to ask you 2 questions in a set. There's an easier one that's worth 1 point. There's a harder one that's worth 2. You make a choice of which one you want to answer. You get 1 point or you can get 2. There's 3 of these pairs of questions. They harken back to previous categories and they cross them up a little bit. So, pardon me, let's do this. We've got number 1 here, your first set of questions. Name the actor who played Edna Turnblad in the musical film version of Hairspray, 2007. That's for 1 point. So we're building on the hair concept. Or name the actor who played Edna Turnblad in John Waters' original Hairspray, 1988. 2 points. All right, so pretty easy one, straight out of the box. I think it's pretty straightforward. All right, a couple teams guessed Harvey Fierstein, which he did play Edna Turnblad on Broadway, in the musical on Broadway, but not in the film. In the film version of the Broadway version, that was Travolta. Travolta took over, and the 2-pointer, the original mother in that was Divine, played by Divine. All right, set of questions number 2. Name the nefarious robot in space played by Michael Fassbender in Prometheus for 1 point, or name the nicer, newer model robot in space, also played by Michael Fassbender in the sequel Alien Covenant. He plays he plays that character in the second one too. Man, hopefully you didn't. Hopefully you got me on mute. I almost said it out loud. Fool. It's been a long season. Slipping. So far, I got one team got the 2-pointer. All right. Hopefully you didn't hear me say day. He was in the first movie. He's David. He also is David in the second movie, but he's also Walter. Walter is your answer. I want to shout out who got it. Marley's Chains got Walter. Nicely done. That was a tough one to get. All right. And your last question of the regular season. Before I got to write this Magicians with Hair round, fill in the blank in the title of a 1992 kids movie about a trio of brothers who study martial arts, blank ninjas. Or fill in the blank in the title of a 1993 kids movie about two brothers, as I said, two brothers who study martial arts, and Rob Schneider is there too. Blank ninjas. All right, so you can just give me the one word that fills that. You can write ninjas if you want. So this takes the martial arts and the siblings and mashes it up. I put the countdown on the other side this time, but it just doesn't work. It's so strange. All right, my friends, the timer has expired. Hopefully, even if you never heard of this movie, the first one, you could figure out by a trio that it's three ninjas. And the other movie, a truly bizarre relic of the early to mid 90s. I used to watch it on cable a lot. It was Surf Ninjas. Surf Ninjas. Leslie Nielsen is like, he's supposed to be Asian in it, I think. And he's the bad guy. It's weird as shit. It's got Ernie Reyes Jr. As the lead. He was like the Ninja Turtles little buddy in Secret of the Ooze. Big time for that guy, Ernie Reyes Jr. And then he showed up for 2 seconds in Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. But that's neither here nor there. It is the end of the game, my friends, and also the end of the regular season. All right, so let's see how our final standings look tonight. We actually have a tie. Oh, man, we almost had a three-way tie for first place. We got Test ending the night with 19 points. Simon owes us 255 drinks with 20. Greenwoods, 21. The Producers, 29. Chris the Curator with 31. How am I going to be an optimist about this? With 32. All Practical Effects, Sly Stallone's remake of The Abyss starring Billy Johnson, the documentary, and The Oslo Condition and Hot Dog Hideout tied with 34 points apiece. We Own This City and Sterling Cooper, Rolling Daily Bets tied with 38 points apiece. In really second place, because we have a tied for first, with 40 points, A Few Good Answers, and just ahead of A Few Good Answers, with 41, we have a tie at the end of the game between our co-winners Marley's Chains and Avis and Bobo. All right, so I'm pretty sure I have to do some math on who's getting what points, but I think your top three is set. That would be Marley's Chains, The Oslo Condition, and A Few Good Answers, because they all finished high enough. So I have to figure out who's getting what. I think Marley finished first for the season, so they'll get 4 points. And then I have to do the math between A Few Good Answers and Oslo Condition of who gets 3 points for second and who gets 2 points starting to start the game. So those teams will start the game with a staggered advantage based on where they finished over these 9 games. And yes, honorable mention to Test as well. Absolutely. Great job, Test. Thank you so much. But everybody else, those teams are starting with a leg up that they earned by finishing high in this season, but it's not like previous seasons where they're the only ones who can win. You can win too if you can outscore the top 3 and overcome the handicap that they've got. It's anybody's game, truly. As long as you played 7 games, you are eligible. All right, so I am excited to go write these. What do we got? Marvel Siblings, Magicians by Hair, Animal Kung Fu, and I'll look it up what the other ones were. But that will be next week at 9. The seasonal. Maybe it won't be. Jesus God. But that will be next week at 9 if I'm not in the hospital. And I look forward to it. It's going to be a great time, a fun live game as always. Thanks for stopping by. It's always a pleasure to hang out with you all. McClunky, everybody.